sure we're in there. Oh, crap. Welcome to the streets of Toronto. Today we're here in Toronto, Canada for the first race of the Snapple IndyCar Series. Helio Castroneves grabbed the fastest lap in qualifying to put him on the pole for the first event. Today, these 8 drivers are going to be racing on a nearly 3-mile street circuit. They're going to be driving on concrete, asphalt, cracks, and bumps, not to mention that this track is very narrow. Should be a very exciting and very long race for these drivers to endure. So without further ado, let's take you down to the command to fire the engines. Gentlemen, start your engines! And as the cars begin to roll off, let's take a look at the starting lineup for today's race. On row 1, Helio Castroneves, alongside him, Scott Dixon. On row 2 is Carlos Muñoz in the 26 and his teammate Hunter Ray in the 28. On row 3 is James Hinchcliffe in the 27 and Tony Kanaan in the 10 car. And on the final row is Marco Andretti, alongside him is Takuma Sato. So the cars begin to pace around, warming up their tires. It's a 14-lap race today. Should be a very long race. These drivers are going to have to pit once. As we take a look at your track map, it's got 11 turns, and the only 2 very fast turns are turns 10, 11, and turn 2. The rest are very low-speed corners, so it's going to take a lot of driver skill to get through this race today. And the pace car pulls off onto pit road, and we are racing in Toronto. Helio Castroneves leads the field down. You saw Carlos Muñoz duck out of line. He didn't get a very good start, as Ryan Hunter-Ray is going to get around him. He's going to use his first push to pass. Drivers get 10 of those. Very good move by him early to move him up to third. Here comes his teammate James Hinchcliffe around the bottom of Muñoz. He lost 2 spots at the start. Castroneves continues to lead. It's a bit of a logjam up front, but Helio Castroneves is going to come around and lead the first lap of the race. Heading down the backstretch, we're on board with Ryan Hunter-Ray. Most of the cars have single filed out now. It's a very hectic first lap, and it is very close quarters racing. Heading through the hairpin corner, we're on board with Scott Dixon now, heading into turn number 10, and Ryan Hunter-Ray is catching him a bit as Scott Dixon is, he overdrives that corner. He overdrives turn 1. That's going to allow Ryan Hunter-Ray to get a run down that long back straightaway. He uses another push to pass. As the cars roll through turn 3 very slowly. Takuma Sato's around off the front bumper. I think that was Marco Andretti. Tough break for the number 14 car. There's a bit of debris left in turn number 3. I hope that's not an issue for the drivers. A very tough break for the 14. He's going to have to go to pit road. Luckily, he can continue though. Castroneves begins to pull away from the field as the top 4 have broken away from the field, it looks like. As Tony Kanaan's going to use a push to pass on the outside. It's not going to work. Muñoz is going to take that position. Looks like Muñoz is a bit off the pace as he's bunching up those guys back there behind him. And Ryan Hunter-Ray is now working on chasing down Castroneves. As you see Takuma Sato in the pits trying to repair that damage. He should be able to get back going. Now there is no free pass in this series, so what he has to do is he has to drive away from the leaders the best he can, because as soon as you go a lap down, there's really no way to get back on the lead lap unless you don't pit or you pit out of sequence. Here's more of this battle with Kanaan and Muñoz. Andretti's going to take advantage of that, and he's going to go around Muñoz. As out front, Helio Castroneves is going to go around Takuma Sato and put 1 lap on him. Tough break for the 14 car. He was hoping to have a good day today. Ryan Hunter-Ray trying to catch up to him now. There's a spinner in turn 1. That's James Hinchcliffe in the 27. And the first caution of the day is out. Hard damage to that 27 car. You see him, he's going to be done for today. That's not very good. So you can see the debris has been removed from turn 3, so that's very good. You can see all the cars pacing around the racetrack now. This was a big break for Carlos Muñoz, who was going the wrong way after the start of this race. He's going to be able to pit and assess what was going on with his car as pit stops are underway. You'll see everybody pitting for fuel and possibly tires, except for Takuma Sato, since he was able to do that earlier. Helio Castroneves gets out early as, Scott Dixon has a bit of trouble in the pits. He's going to lose a few spots. As we take a look at the replay, I think the reason Hinchcliffe spun was because there's a bump heading into the first corner that upsets the chassis. And so I think he just hit that the wrong way, and that just sent his car around, as you see in real time. So tough break for that Andretti car. As here's the restart. Takuma Sato gets himself back on the lead lap. He's going to have to drive away right again from Helio Castroneves. Heading down the backstretch, he has about a car length lead as Hunter-Reay and Dixon pop out of line. It's not going to work for Hunter-Reay, but Scott Dixon is going to put the move on his teammate through turn 4. That's a very, very tight corner. Great job by him to make that work. Sato's not pulling away like I thought he would. Dixon overdrives the corner, and there's trouble for 2 other Andretti cars. That's Marco Andretti and Carlos Muñoz into the wall in turn number 9, and the second caution of the day is out here. Let's take a look and see what happened. You saw Dixon overdrive the corner a bit, and then from out of nowhere you just see Andretti get punted by his teammate Carlos Muñoz. It looked like he was going for a spot that just wasn't there. There's really not a lot of room in turn 9. It's really a one-grooved corner. So you can see, tough break for the Andretti cars today. That's 3 of them involved in an accident now. You can see Muñoz back on pit road getting a new front wing. And this is a big break for Takuma Sato because he is officially back on the lead lap. He will be able to go back to the back of the field and try and work his way up and salvage a great finish. Helio Castroneves continues to lead as he's done all day long. He's going to lead them to the restart with 3 laps to go. Dixon's out of line already. He's going around the outside for a position. Down the backstretch, they're side by side with Ryan Hunter-Reay. Heading into turn 3, it looks like Scott Dixon's going to barely make it work. He barely clears Ryan Hunter-Reay. That was a bold move by that number 9 car. Tony Kanaan moves up into 4th. His Ganassi teammate, they're both bright red Target cars. Helio Castroneves leads with 2 laps to go now. Here comes Scott Dixon, closing in on him. Down the backstretch, he's going to have to make a move sometime. He goes to the outside with a push to pass. Heading into turn 3, they're side by side. It's not going to work. Bit of a log jam coming out of turn 3. Looked like Scott Dixon missed a shift or something there. Coming out of turn 8, Scott Dixon goes for the race lead. Castroneves gets out of shape in turn 9. That's going to allow Ryan Hunter-Reay to slip by. Final lap, white flag is in the air. Scott Dixon gets a little bit loose coming out of 1. His car bottoms out. Ryan Hunter-Reay makes a move. All 4 of the leaders are on the push to pass button. Coming into turn 3, Ryan Hunter-Reay's on the outside. He's going to make the same move on Scott Dixon that Dixon made earlier, and he's going to execute it perfectly. Great job by Ryan Hunter-Reay to get by for the race lead, and he's sailing. It's going to be smooth sailing all the way to the finish line. Ryan Hunter-Reay wins the first race of the Snapple IndyCar Series. That was an incredible last lap. You can see Carlos Muñoz, his Andretti teammate, congratulating him on his victory. Let's take a look at the replay because I got a little bit distracted there. So you can see Hunter-Reay is looking for a line, but he's stuck because he can't go up to block Castroneves because he'll get a penalty. All 4 of the leaders there were on the push to pass, and then he finally was able to swing up because Castroneves took the inside. Hunter-Reay was able to pass Dixon coming into turn 5, and then it was just smooth sailing from there. He took the victory. So here are your points after race 1. Only 8 cars, so not too many points available. So even the guy in last place is still in this fight. It's only race 1. Here's your finishing order. James Hinchcliffe finishes 8th after wrecking. Andretti finishes 7th. 6th is Carlos Muñoz. Finishing 5th after a very disappointing start to the race is Takuma Sato. Finishing 4th is Tony Kanaan. Finishing 3rd after leading most of the race is Helio Castroneves. That was a heartbreaker for him. He was about to take that victory. Finishing 2nd is the man that passed him, Scott Dixon. And taking the win in the Honda Indy Toronto Grand Prix is Ryan Hunter-Reay. Congratulations to the 28 team. So we want to thank you for watching this race. We hope that you enjoyed. I know I sure did. And please tune in next time when the Snapple IndyCar Series will be racing at Phoenix under the lights. Until then, we will see you next time. Drive safe.